Welcome to Sydney, Australia. Welcome to Sydney, Australia. So I literally just got off the plane, dropped my stuff at the capsule hotel I'm staying at, and headed straight for Circular Quarry and the Sydney Harbour, and of course the Sydney Opera House, which is right behind me. I could really use a cup of coffee because it's about bedtime now in New York City, but I have to take advantage of the daylight because it's just so beautiful here. So my very first stop is the Opera Bar here at the Sydney Opera House. I've heard good things about the view and it's incredible. And it can be a little expensive, but I just got a cup of coffee, which was $4.50, which equals like about $3 USD, so not so bad for this view. I'm truly amazed already by the beauty of the Sydney Opera House. It looks different in real life than it does when you see it in pictures and movies. Like, I don't really notice the individual tiles on the roof structures when I see it on TV, and it's really cool. My next stop is to a place called Milson's Point, which is where Luna Park is. It's just an amusement park with like a Ferris wheel and stuff, and it has good views of the harbor. And I'm taking the public transportation ferry, so it shouldn't cost too much. This Luna Park has such an old-timey quality about it. Crossing the Harbor Bridge feels a lot like crossing the Brooklyn Bridge to me. So it's $15 to go up to the top of this pylon lookout on the south side of the bridge. And I don't know if it's worth it, but we'll see. I'll definitely be upset if I get up there and I realize there's an elevator, because I'm tired. Now that I'm actually at the top, it's pretty nice up here. The weather is cool, it's very peaceful, it's not filled with people like most tourist attractions, and you can really see the city from a cool perspective. So I came under the bridge to Observation Hill Park, and there's some sort of Asian quinceañera going on behind me. I can't really tell. Looks fun. There's a guy singing, and there's people passing around balloons. Woo! I got this like mini meal snack box on the plane from New York to Dallas because it was so delayed. They were giving out snacks, and it's sort of a perfect picnic lunch. It has like crackers and meat and cheese, so it's gonna be nice with this view. I didn't realize it until I started looking around, but it's free to come into the observatory and look around on a self-guided tour, and they have different exhibits, and it's really neat. And they have this balcony, which is really beautiful around sundown. This area known as The Rocks has a bunch of historic buildings, including Sydney's oldest pub, which is right behind me, and cottages. So I'm finishing out the last part of the day and the last part of the sun in the Royal Botanic Gardens, which is just south of the Opera House, and they're setting up all these different installations for the Sydney Vivid Festival, and they're looking really cool, so I'm excited for what that'll look like when it's all done. Check out all these cool little fake lightning bugs. They're so cute. There's a whole area in this botanical garden just dedicated to different kinds of ferns, and it's pretty beautiful. I am a fan of ferns, a fern fan. Maybe I'm crazy, but I definitely smell honey near this bee vivid exhibit, so it smells good. This tree behind me looks like a human heart. Like the heart is the bottom, and then you have all the veins and arteries coming out of the top, you know? Looks cool. So here in Sydney, I'm staying in a capsule hotel, which is a hotel where they have little pods for everybody, like sort of like a coffin but bigger. And everything is activated by cards. So if you want to get in the bathroom, you need your card. And then to get in the room where all the capsules are, use the card. People might be sleeping. There's a locker for your stuff. That's where I'm keeping all my backpack and stuff tonight. And in my room, someone's asleep over there. morning, nomads. Got up early this morning and I'm exploring Darling Harbor and checking out some of these vivid installations that they have, and it's perfect now because there's no people, even though it's not lit up. It's still cool to see. These vivid installations are truly amazing. There's like a bunch of cars in one, and this one has a giant spaceship, and I'm sure it lights up at night. I mean, you would have to spend days just to see everything. Exploring Sydney Harbor, the Vivid Festival was just starting, but now it's officially begun and the whole city is celebrating. I just went to a dumpling place that has a special Vivid Festival dumpling that's rainbow colored. Here it is. Ooh, so big! It's very hot too. Oh, look at it. Wow, it's swimming. I love a soup dumpling, and this one does not disappoint. And I got a Groupon for a nighttime boat tour to see all the vivid lights, and I can't wait. They have this cool thing. I don't know what it is. Looks like it was making sounds when people touch it, but it's not making sounds.
Give it a proper shake like that.
I have to shake it. Ah, I see. You have to give it a proper shake and then it works. I usually don't get coffee this late in the day, but this place has a Nutella coffee, which sounds really delicious, so I got a decaf. So what's the verdict, huh? Yes, Nutella and coffee is very good, as you might expect. So I'm just wandering around Hyde Park right now, which is the park closest to where I'm staying, and sort of on the way to Sydney Harbor. And there's this big, you're gonna see it in a second. So this Hyde Park wasn't necessarily on my things to do, but it's really gorgeous. It's not that far from the Botanical Gardens, which is also a huge, beautiful park. So it looks like Sydney has a lot of parks, which is cool. So very reminiscent of New York for me. So if you have some time and you're in the Botanical Gardens Harbor area, you might spend some of it at the New South Wales Art Gallery, which is completely free. There are some exhibits you have to pay for, but all the free stuff is pretty good. They have some classic art from European artists like Monet and Rubens and Picasso, but they also have Aboriginal art and new Australian art, which is pretty cool.
Tonight there's something inside that I can't ignore. Oh, I feel it tonight. That look in your eyes got me begging for more. Oh, I feel it tonight. There's something inside that I can't ignore. Oh, I feel it tonight. That look in your eyes got me begging for more.
that's about it for my exploration of Sydney Harbor, but I have a lot more explorations of Australia to go, so if you like this video and you want to see more, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when new videos are available. Until next time, bye!